Hello, Alexander. How are you? Welcome to class. Let me know you can hear me out there if you can, and I'll do my quick sound check and be back with you in a few minutes. Can you hear my voice out there? Anyone in the chat? Great. Thanks, Alexander. Nice, yeah. There's a lot of stuff out there. There'll be more to follow, so I think everybody can make a good dent in their bridge game if we have some spare time, obviously. All right, I'll see you guys in a couple minutes. All right, folks, couple minutes to class. Welcome, welcome. Just follow the instructions that are scrolling across your screen, and we will get you all set up. Oh, wow, a super chat before class. Penny, thank you so much. Very nice. I'm just trying to give everyone some last-minute instructions before each class now. Again, biggest thing is the sound. Make sure your sound is up. I'm sure all of you can hear me, so it sounds like your sound is working pretty good. Type any questions in the chat, and we will begin shortly. And super chat at your leisure. Thank you very much. Yeah, let's see wherever we have Victoria, British Columbia, Denver. I don't miss any snow at all. I moved to Florida recently, so this has been a very nice winter not using a shovel. Ah, you're from New York City, Alexander. Very nice. I moved from there. Allison, welcome back. Definitely seen that name many times in these classes. Wow, very nice, Krish. Welcome from Bombay, India. Whoa, Australia. Everybody's all over the world here. Wonderful. Raymond, a fellow Floridian here. 9:30. Oh, this is a good time for you, maybe. Maybe 8:30 might be a little later. You're a little more awake in Australia. It's nice to brighten up your morning down there. I hope. Hey, Eva, thanks so much. It's a fun class, and going to be more of those coming up with a new software package. So I'm going to be excited to kind of roll that out over the next couple of days. Doing some scheduling on Saturday. That's when I'm going to kind of talk to everyone I need to schedule and kind of get something rolling for a more regular program and more of those live classes. And here's another one tonight. Everybody hear me okay? Hey, Judy, no problem. Sorry you missed this morning, but we'll take care of it next time. The uh, the issue was with these classes, I want to make sure we can handle and give a good class for a certain number, and you know, cutting it down to that number was probably pretty helpful. But we have a very different program, more robust program coming out that will be able to handle a little bit more of the traffic. So hopefully we can have bigger classes, same times. All right, folks. Well, why don't we get started? This is class 2 of the series that we are doing on 2 over 1. And we have already done the first class, but the cool thing about this format is when I've done a class before, it is automatically uploaded and it will be right on the YouTube page there. If you look at the live classes or the live videos, you'll be able to see that entire 2 over 1 lesson. So if you missed it, the only thing you'll miss out on is maybe not being able to make the bids with me during the class. The super chat is a interesting chat thing. It's below the chat box, and it is where this little dollar sign is here. That is a super chat, and that's where you see those colorful chats and stickers and stuff popping up. So, but let's start this lesson, and we'll get to that later. We're going to talk about one no trump forcing tonight, which is honestly the way more frequent part of the 2 over 1 system. And so the 2 over 1 system is based upon kind of bidding our good hand slowly like we saw last night. But way more often than not, our partner is going to open, and especially when they open a major, we're going to be dealt a hand that isn't 13 or more points. Right? It doesn't rate to be also because partner, remember, has already opened the bidding. So if we think about just a little bit of math, we have spots here where we're pretty sure we're not going to always have a game forcing hand. I mean, that would be pretty nice, especially if you're playing for money. But most of the time, you're not going to be dealt as good a hand as you would see for a 2 over 1 auction. So let's take a quick peek at what this might look like. Now, partner opens a spade sitting in the north chair, and your right hand opponent passes, and you're sitting as south with this hand. The question is, what do we do? And if we did not play 2 over 1 as game forcing, we would simply be bidding 2 clubs. Right? But because we've made this agreement to play 2 over 1 as game forcing, which means 13 plus points. We're just not quite good enough to be bidding 2 clubs. So we have to have a bid that takes care of this problem. And here is the rule we're going to set up from this moment forward. After major suit openings at the 1 level, and only at the 1 level, the response of 1 no trump will be 6 to 12 points. So it's no longer the 6 to 9 or 6 to 10 you're used to it being, at least not over a major. So it shows 6 to 12, so the range is just a little bit higher. And it should be forcing for 1 round. Right? This is a spot where we are going to force partner to bid because of the differing types of hands that we can actually have when we're bidding 1 no trump forcing. And think of it this way, guys, that last hand, or the first hand I showed you, is a problem because it is not balanced at all. And that's usually what 1 no trump used to mean before we played 1 no trump as forcing. But now we have to be able to do this with all types of hands that we just can't game force with. Once we make that 2/1 bid game forcing, we need a bid to kind of catch all of the other hands. And this is that bid for us. So let's take a peek at responding to a major suit opening at the 1 level. This is from the 1 no trump forcing notes. The 2/1 lesson is right on learnbridge.nyc. And I'm going to put a link to that on the front page so it's a little easier to find for you guys after this. But here are the 2 most common choices when partner opens a major suit. You are frequently going to be choosing between 2/1 game forcing on the left, and you can't go through that door without 13 or more total points. Or you're going to be choosing between the 1 no trump forcing door, which is pretty much any other hand that has a response, so 6 or more points, but 6 up to 12 points. And this is pretty logical because 13 plus you would just be game forcing. All right, so the door we're going to use way more often is the door on the right for sure. And this is what we are going to set up as our rules. This is only used by the responder after the 1 level major suit opening. All right, so minor suits need not apply. In fact, if partner opens a minor and we bid a no trump, we are showing 6 to 10 balance, just like we used to show. All right, 6 to 10 balance and no 4-card major. But over a major, wider range because we have just a lot more hands that we have to fit into this 1 bid. Only in non-competitive auctions, just like 2/1, guys, when the opponents bid, this changes things, right? So if it goes a heart by partner and right-hand opponent bids a spade, 1 no trump is not forcing. In fact, it's back to that balanced hand with a spade stopper. And 1 no trump is not forcing if responder is a passed hand, because remember, we don't have any 2/1 auctions when partner has already passed. Okay, so in this spot, when we bid a no trump, we're never going to need it to be forcing if we've already passed, because now that hand I showed you at the beginning, you can just bid 2 clubs with. That's a 10 count that you passed in first seat, right? And if responder is a passed hand, their 1 no trump bid will usually show 6 to 10. This isn't always true because you could potentially have some hands that you still want to go through a no trump that might be like a bad 11 or something, but usually this is absolutely correct. It will also show almost any shape. As we can see, we're going to be bidding a no trump forcing with a lot of 6-card suits, right? 5-4 type hands that are unbalanced. And it's because we just don't have the ability to bid 2/1 with those hands, so we can't do it. Another reason why we play it as forcing, right? We want to be able to catch almost all of those fits if we can, or at least end low when we know we don't have one. These are the hands that never, ever bid the forcing no trump. And they are after 1 spade, if we have 3 plus spades, and I'm going to change this a little bit. I like it more like 7 to a bad 10, 7 to 9. You can raise to 2 spades. And the raise to 3 spades is 10 to 12 with 4. So if you have either of those types of hands over a spade, you're not going to bid a no trump forcing. You're just going to raise partner's suit to that appropriate level. And after 1 heart, same 2 bids are hands that are just never going to bid a no trump forcing. Usually ones that have 4-card fits or more, or a 3-card fit and a bad hand. All right, let's take a look at a hand right here. We see that our partner opens a heart and it goes past to us. And this is a hand where you might be tempted to bid 2 diamonds, but if you're going to play 2/1 game forcing, you just cannot do that because you have an 11 count. So you have to bid a no trump forcing with this hand. Oh, I forgot to even look at the board I'm looking at. Excuse me, folks. Retract everything I said. Fire your bridge teacher. You always bid a spade when you have a 4-card spade suit. I just saw 3 spades in my head here. You can see how long I've been playing bridge today. All right, so you never bid a no trump when you actually have a 4-card spade suit over 1 heart. Right, so on that last hand, if partner opens a heart, we're simply always going to respond to spade. Right, we have 4 spades. In fact, if it goes a heart pass a no trump, we're absolutely going to be denying a 4-card spade suit when we get there. All right, so here, definitely be bidding a spade with this hand. That's your best call. And I'll try to wake up here and need a little more coffee. All right, let's see this next slide. These next 2 auctions are the only 2 potential 1 no trump forcing sequences in bridge. And that's it, folks. 1 of a major pass, 1 no trump. That's the 1 no trump forcing bid. Anything else that's here is not. This auction on the lower left, 1 diamond pass, 1 no trump, is 6 to 10 points, no 4-card major. It is not forcing because it's over a minor suit. And remember, when we went through all the potential 2 over 1 bids last night, we saw that all the potential 2 over 1 bids, 5 of them are over a major opening and 1 is over 1 diamond. So we don't need it over a minor suit opening, never over a club, and only 1 time ever over a diamond. And here is another one. 1 heart, 1 spade, 1 no trump. Not forcing because we are definitely in a competitive auction. Right, so neither of those would be forcing here. This is where we start to see some issues in the 1 no trump forcing, and that's responding to this bid. We have an easier time, to be honest, responding to the 2 over 1 bid because that's just usually all about shape. But responding to 1 no trump forcing is just a little different, has a couple nuances in it that we're going to cover here. So these are the easy versions here. You've opened a heart on this hand. Your partner has responded 1 no trump. And you just simply need to bid 2 diamonds. Right? This one is super easy because you have a very easy rebid because you have a 4-card suit to bid. Right? So we know when we open a suit and we rebid a second suit, that's 4 cards for sure. So not too hard on this one. Here we've opened a spade and partner's bid a forcing no trump. Again, very normal. We just rebid 2 spades. This should always show 6. Right? This is one thing. Sometimes over 2 over 1, you might even make an agreement that you don't have to have 6. I would recommend against that. But in this problem, when partner responds a no trump and we rebid our major, that is always a 6-card suit. So don't betray that rule there. So here, just rebid your major. Here's a problem hand, though. We open a spade, and partner bids 1 no trump, and it goes past to us. Let's go and look at our options here. We do not have a second 4-card suit. We also do not have 6 spades. And we have kind of a balanced hand, nothing really to say. 2 no trump would show 18-19 balanced. And so that is a big, big hand. We're never going to be popping that off here. And passing is not really going to be allowed if you're going to play this as forcing. Right? Passing might be your best action sometimes, which is why some people play semi-forcing no trump. But I would recommend if you're new to 2 over 1 especially, you should play this as forcing, which means we have to have a bid that gets us out of this situation. And that is simply we can bid a 3-card minor suit. Right? Because this bid is agreed to be forcing, we have to be able to kind of handle hands like this that are balanced but not strong enough to bid 2 no or anything else. So we're allowed to bid a 3-card minor, and here we would bid our lowest one. We have 2 choices. We would just bid 2 clubs. And the key thing for this little nuance is that we both have to know it. Right? So when you bid 2 clubs, you have to know that you're able to do that. But the more important person here is the person across the table from you. Your partner needs to understand that if you open a major and then rebid 2 of a minor, that could be a 3-card suit. Right? So they want to just tread carefully after this. Question in the chat. Over a major, 1 no trump means 6 to 12 and a 4 major suit. No, not at all. 1 no trump over a major suit opening is 6 to 12 points, and any hand, basically, any hand without a 4-card major suit fit. right? If partner opens a spade and you have 4 of them, you're never bidding a forcing no trump. You may do it sometimes with 3, right? But you're never ever doing it with 4. So if you had a 4-card major suit fit for partner, you would not bid 1 no trump. Here's the second problem hand. Our partner opens a heart, and we have 11 high card points. Right? So what kind of bid can we make with this hand? 2 hearts would be 6 to 10. RSVP bridge. Let's save that question till we get into the hands. I am almost positive you will see this at some point when we start getting into bidbox. So let's shelve that question until afterwards, but I'm glad you brought it up. On this hand, we cannot bid 2 hearts because that shows like 6 to 10-ish. We certainly can't bid 2 diamonds, so that's game forcing. So we have to start with 1 no trump either way, because 3 hearts would actually show 4-card support. So we're in a bind here, but this is one of the main reasons we play the 1 no trump bid is forcing. And here are our other choices in hearts, all bad. Bingo. So when our partner opens one of a major and we have a good 10 to 12 and 3-card support, we have a 2-step process. We bid 1 no trump forcing, and then we fully intend to bid 3 of partner's major afterwards. Right? Oh, sorry, I went a little bit too fast there. Let me jump back. And so with this hand, we start with a no trump. Partner has to make a response. And if they bid something at the 2 level, we just jump to the 3 level in their suit. And now we've correctly shown a limit raise with 3-card support. Ricky Douglas, you put 2 no trump in there. 2 no trump would be Jacoby 2 no trump over a major. And that would show 13 or more points and 4-card or more support in that partner's major suit. So here we don't have enough hearts for that, nor enough points. So we would just go through 1 no trump and then jump to 3. And let's talk about one more forcing no trump before we get into bidding some hands live. Here's another problem. Partner opens a heart and we just have a bad hand, but a self-sufficient suit. We have an excellent club suit. Here is how we handle that. We bid a no trump first because we have to respond. Remember, you can't pass when you have 6 or more points, and you really don't want to with a hand like this. And most people play 3 clubs as something conventional these days, so we don't have the ability to kind of preempt, and we probably don't want to do that either because we might be too good. So we bid 1 no trump, and then partner bids 2 diamonds. Anytime we go through the forcing no trump and then bid a new suit at the lowest level, we are always just signing off. We're showing a bad hand and a long suit, and we're saying, partner, please do not bid again. This is where I want us to play. All right, so when you go through the forcing no trump and you bid a suit, you are staying there. That's, or at least you're communicating the desire to stay in that suit. Sign off. All right, guys, let's jump into bid box here. And I am going to pop my address in. And we are going to fire up some problems. You guys ready? Let me just title this class so we know. All right, your bid, folks. Hand 1 of the evening, 1 heart to you. All right, apologies for the delay there, folks. The mic was off. I had to go take care of something there. So, if your screen still says class starting soon, just refresh your browser, folks. the little squiggly line on the top right, or just kind of drag down your screen if you're on a phone or a tablet. Just refresh that browser. You guys obviously read the title of the class and heard the lesson. This is definitely one no Trump. Right? And these are the first response is usually the easiest, right? All we really have to do is think of those two doorways, guys. Are we enough to make? Do we have enough to make a game forcing bid, or don't we? And over this, we clearly don't. So we start with one no Trump. And now partner bids two clubs. Make your call now. All right. So we responded with the forcing no Trump, and partner now bid two clubs. Make your bid. Chris, did we fix that problem for you? I hope, Chris Green. And I'm seeing in the chat before also, David, if you missed out on the class and you did sign up, just shoot me an email afterwards and I'll refund your money if you weren't able to get in, buddy. Kelly, welcome back. Kelly's been very helpful with some suggestions for the classes. Thank you so much. All right, so here's what we know. We know that our partner has 5 hearts, and we should also know that they have 3 or more clubs. Remember that. You're on the other side of the table now, so sometimes it's not as easy to see, right? But here, you have to recognize that partner responded 2 of a minor to your 1 no Trump bid. And the correct bid here is pass, right? We've actually found what appears to be our best fit. Okay? So we know we don't have a fit in hearts. Partner did not rebid their suit. And partner has at least 3 clubs, almost always. There is a problem hand that might have been referenced in the chat earlier that we'll talk about later, but still, on our worst day, we're usually going to have an 8-card fit. And we do not have enough for game because partner responded at the lowest level. Right? It would be very unlucky if we had enough values for game. And think of invitational bids, which 3 clubs would kind of be invitational in nature. That would show like a good 10 to 12. And that is not something we have there. So we just want to be disciplined here and pass 2 clubs. We're probably right at the right spot. Eva, you're referencing a hand yesterday where we rebid a 4-card suit when we had a 6-card suit. That's usually, well, it can be any time you're 6-4. A lot of people like to just pattern out, but especially the hand we were talking about was where we had 6 spades and 4 hearts. Right, so if we had 6 spades and 4 hearts, I would certainly be opening a spade and rebidding 2 hearts. And it's a little more specific of a spot there. Chris, I'm sorry, you might be having issues. All I can tell you is that if you refresh your browser, it usually solves it, or maybe try a different browser possibly, or check your connection. Apologize for the issues. It looks, and if anyone else is having issues, you can pop that into the chat. It's very helpful for me to know how Bidbox is working for sure. Great, thanks. All right, so this is a hand that might look familiar to some of you. It's a hand we looked at in the lesson portion. This is 1 spade. All right, we have a hand that might bid a no Trump if we didn't have 4 spades. Right, but here we have a 4-card spade suit. All right, so we're going to bid 1 spade. And it's kind of similar to the forcing no Trump. We can still make an invitational bid later because remember, any new suit is already forcing. So we're always going to have another chance to bid. All right, next one. Partner opens a spade, and it is our call. Bryn Mawr, this is interesting. I'll tell you the answer. It depends on your style. If you're 6'4" and hearts and clubs is the question. And it also depends sometimes on your values. I'll tell you, a lot of expert players will always bid their 6 and then their 4. And others, if it's a major and a minor, will frequently just rebid their major. And sometimes this depends on the quality of the suits we're bidding as well. So it's a judgment thing usually, but I will tell you always, 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 if you have 6 spades and 4 hearts, you open a spade and you rebid 2 hearts if partner bids a no trump. All right? Or if they bid 2 over 1. You're just showing your 4-card heart suit instead. Yeah, this is, once again, guys, the easier bid of the night. Always the one no trump forcing bid, right? We know we don't have enough for game, even though we have a nice hand. So we're not sure where we're going. We're just going to bid a no trump first, and we're going to see what partner does next. And once again, partner's in there with 2 clubs. So a spade or no trump, 2 clubs. Make your bid, folks. Alexander, no, 1 spade over 1 heart is forcing for 1 round because it's a new suit. So it shows 6 plus points, unlimited in strength, possibly, but it is certainly not forcing for more than 1 round. Only a 2 over 1 bid would be game forcing, or Jacoby 2 no trump. And this one, as expected, has quite a few different answers to it, and a lot of them kind of pop together here. It's going to be interesting to see. We have lots of people showing maybe too many cards in certain suits. All right, I'm going to give it a couple more seconds. Again, any issues with the program, you can definitely throw that in the chat. We'll try to solve them. And any issues with Bitbox usually can be solved with a quick refresh. You'll be right back on the page with us. And this is 2 spades, folks. This is a special one, and this is something you'll get used to. Or, excuse me, 2 no trump. I'm pulling the wrong bid again. My goodness. I need sleep, folks. Lots of sleep, apparently. This is an invitational hand, right? We did not find a fit with partner. At least not that we know of yet, right? Partner could still potentially be bidding again. But we know we have 11 points. And we also know that we do not have a fit, right? Those of you that bid 2 hearts, you actually showed a 6-card heart suit and about 6 to 9 points, right? This is that sign-off bid. When we go through the forcing no trump and then we bid a new suit, a suit that hasn't been bid yet, it is always a long suit and a terrible, terrible hand. So in this case, we are always bidding 2 no because that is our most likely game as well. We could be a little worried about the diamond suit, obviously, but we don't want to be raising clubs here because partner could only have 3, and we certainly can't bid spades. So this seems like the best possible answer here. And always remember that those new suits are certainly going to show more of them. Those of you that pass 2 clubs, you're too good, right? You have 11 points, right? So you want to at least make an invitational bid once during this hand. All right, next case. This time, our partner opens a heart, and this is our hand. These are like a lot of these questions in this class I'm starting to see are like the free space on the bingo board. It's like the warm-up question to the harder question that comes after. Yeah, so the return to 2 spades on the last hand would kind of show that hand minus like 4 points. It would show a hand with only 2 spades usually, and it says, "Hey, I'm taking a preference of your suit." All right, we don't have to spend too much time on this one. We know what this answer is. It is 1 no trump forcing. Easy. We go through the non-game forcing door. We have 9 points. That's all she wrote. And pop that on. Sorry, just slowing down a little on my end here. Give me a second. There we go. All right, so everyone's nailing this one. Let's see what partner does next. They bid 2 clubs again. Surprise, surprise. Seems like that's the only bid they have in their box, a major suit opening in 2 clubs. But what are we going to do over that one? A heart. We bid a forcing no trump. They bid 2 clubs. What's our call here? Okay, let's give you about five or 10 more seconds here. Make your call. All right, this call is definitely a pass. Right, we certainly have done a good job, and this is the usual use of the forcing no trump. Right, we're trying to find a safe landing spot at a relatively low level when we don't have a good hand and we can't find a fit, right? Especially when we can't find a fit, we usually want to play as low as possible. But here we've discovered a fit at a very low level, so we're just going to pass this one. All right, we're happy just to sit out. We have a 9 count, and our shortness is maybe okay, but not as great as it usually is because our shortness happens to be in partner's best suit. So with this hand, we would just say, okay, we'll play 2 clubs and be done with it. Next case, partner opens a heart, and this is your hand. 1 heart to you. All right. Interesting choices all around. Well, there are actually 2 correct choices. And we have a total of, looks like 11 people out of about 70 making this one. It's Jacoby 2 now. The other possible choice is a splinter bid, if you are familiar with that. The 4 diamond bid by the South player should show shortness in diamonds and 4 or more trumps, right? But here, the interesting part of this hand is we've already found a 9 card fit. I've already found a 9 card fit in hearts. So even with another long suit, even a longer suit than 5 cards, we confine ourselves to playing hearts, right? That's usually going to be our best spot. And our side suit, spades in this case, is a nice source of tricks for partner. Right, so we certainly don't want to do anything but get a good forcing raise. Those of you that bid 3 hearts are on the right track for sure. It's much better than bidding a new suit or 1 no trump, but you're too good, right? Your 3 heart bid is like 10 to 12. You have more like a 13 count here because you have a singleton diamond, right? So just evaluate your hand accordingly and you'll get to that game forcing bid. So either 2 no or 4 diamonds to get full credit on this board. Good job, guys. All right, next case. All right, what are we bidding on this hand? Our partner opened a spade, we bid a no trump, and they bid 2 diamonds. Make your call. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Just working on it on the sluggish issue. I'm going to slow down just a little bit and make sure you guys can see the answers because I know we had a little lag on this one, judging from the answers we had. So this one is definitely a two spade bid. I know all the answers here aren't necessarily correct from the lag, but we have a problem here. We did not find a fit, and we certainly didn't find any sort of hey, I want to play game moment here, because the two suits that partner has bid are our two worst suits. Misfits are usually bad, guys. Misfits are just not going to play terribly well. You're going to come up with those problems where you can't transport between the hands. So usually when you're not fitting well with partner, you want to stay as low as you can. And even though you have a reasonable modest 10 count with some extra shape, you really don't necessarily want to be getting any higher. So 2-no trump is interesting, and it's a little stretchy, but I would say in a maybe a team game where partner's looking pretty fresh, you might try 2-no trump. Otherwise, I think you're just going to bid two spades and be happy if you can go plus on a board like this, or at least be in a good spot in a safe lower level contract. All right, let's go. So yeah, Carol, you're not going to have sound on bidbox itself. You kind of have to be in both places. Okay, so you have to be hearing the sound on YouTube, and then you'll be able to bid the hands right on your device. And here we see our partner opening a heart, and it's our call with this hand. All right. Only tricked about 14% of you so far on this one. This is one spade. And we just want to show our four card major. Even though we clearly have a better diamond suit than we have a spade suit, we just can't bid two diamonds. And we certainly just want to show that we have a four card spade suit. We may be able to bid some diamonds later, maybe not. But the only bid we can make and show less than a game forcing hand at the lower levels is just one spade, so that's the bid we make. All right, let's see another one. So now we've flopped over to the other side of the table. We have opened a spade, and our partners responded 1-no trump. And now it is our call. So one spade by us, 1-no trump by our partner. What bid do we make with this hand? And I'm just going to give it a couple more seconds than usual here just to make sure that we can get YouTube and bidbox as close together as we can on the lag here. Let me take a moment to thank you all for coming out to Class 2 of 2/1 Forcing. Tomorrow night's the final exam. And we just added another live YouTube class tomorrow afternoon at 3:30 Eastern Time. Might be a little too early for our Australian friends, but hope to see as many of you there. It's going to be Gavin Wolpert and myself again doing reverse supervised play. You're going to watch us play, and you're going to get to actually interact with us via the Bitbox app to let us know what we should do on some of these hands. So it's been a lot of fun to try that out, and hope you guys can make it for tomorrow. And if you can't, make sure to watch the replay. It's bound to be fun. All right. And this one is very tough if you haven't seen it too often, if you haven't been exposed to a lot of forcing no trump auctions. This is the spot where we have to bid and we have no good bid. So that is why we are allowed to bid a 3-card minor suit. And this is the similar hand that we saw in the lesson portion. In fact, it's the exact same hand. And the question I get occasionally here is why clubs and not diamonds, and that should be pretty logical for you guys. It's not clubs, or sorry, it's not diamonds because clubs is just lower ranking. So for those times where, hey, I bid clubs and partner wants to bid diamonds, they still have room to do that. Whereas if I bid 2 diamonds and partner wanted to sign off in clubs, we just missed our opportunity. All right, so always bid the lower ranking suit if you have a choice in these spots, and that will just keep you on the appropriate level most of the time. All right, let's see another one. The question with David, sorry, what do you do with 2, 3, 4? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Like, I have a 2, a 3, and a 4 card suit. All right, this time after we bid 2 clubs, partner bid 2 spades. What do we do now? We opened a spade, partner bid a no trump, we bid 2 clubs, and they bid 2 spades. Oh, yeah, there you go, Bob. Um, yeah, if you have ace king third and 3 small, honestly, I'm probably more likely to bid clubs in that spot for the same reason as before, but even more so. I want, if partner does decide to bid 2 no after this, I want to kind of discourage a club lead, right? So I would probably just always defer to bid 2 clubs because really I'm not showing the suit I'm bidding. And if my partner doesn't know we have game yet, I want to kind of dissuade a lead if we do end up playing no trump. So I would just usually always bid my lower ranking one. It's a good question. Yeah, anything you can do to kind of confuse the opponents is probably pretty good, as long as you're not confusing partner. Right? When you're bidding only 3 card suits, you can't really be hurting partner too badly. All right. Give it a couple more seconds here. Let's see what we're doing. Most of you are magic. Some of you have put on your bidding shoes tonight a little bit. I think you put on the ones that, maybe get you a little frisky in the auction. This is definitely a pass. And I want to make sure we understand that what just happened. Partner did not show spade support at all on this hand, right? Because they opened a spade. Sorry, we opened a spade. They bid a no trump, and we rebid clubs. So here, they're just saying, "Hey, partner, out of those 2 suits you showed me, I prefer spades." So this usually shows a bad hand and only 2 spades. Occasionally it could be a 3 card spade suit, but that is when your hand is like atrociously bad. Right? So here we always just return to we always just pass partner's return to our suit because we know it can't ever be forward going. It's just, yo, I have a preference for that suit. That's it. All right. This time our partner opened a heart. This hand might look familiar to you. What are we going to do with this one? 1 heart to you. All right, another free space for us, but not quite as free as the ones before. Here you do have a heart fit. However, you don't have a bid that shows this heart fit and these values. All right, so you certainly have a fit in the heart suit, but 2 hearts is too little. 3 hearts is the right values, but not enough trump. And 2 diamonds is game forcing. So we have a way to navigate these waters. We want to show a limit raise with 3 card support. The way we start that is just by bidding one no trump, and that's why it's forcing. Right? So we bid a no trump. We get to see a response from partner before we make our next choice. And our next choice will come after partner responds with 2 hearts. Make your call with this one. And then after this, we're going to establish a rule for you. The 6 plus by my seed is just some random number for bridge base master points. So I I'm not sure what it's at now because this picture was taken a while ago, but yeah, it's just something to give you like a badge that you've played a lot of bridge apparently. But I play against people every day on bridge base that have like a much higher number than I do. But master points aren't necessarily the best test of skill. All right, give you guys like 5 or 10 more seconds here. We're definitely just putting a lot of heat on 2 bids here. Lots of heat on 2 bids. And those 2 bids are 3 and 4 hearts. And the best one is 4 hearts. So here's the rule. Uh, when we were planning on making our limit raise with 3 card support, right? So when we bid a no trump with a good 10 to 12 and 3 card support for partners major, whenever they rebid their major, you just bid 4 of that major, right? That's usually enough to say, okay, I think we can accept an invitation here, or at least now I know we have a better shot at game because we have 9 trump instead of 8. Especially with a hand like this that has a little side source of tricks possibly and pretty good values, right? All right, let's see another one. All right, this time we open a spade and our partner bids 1 no trump. Yeah, Alexander, it's interesting. I'm not sure what the best beginning bridge books are these days. I haven't really taken a look in a while, but I know my favorite books when I was starting to play bridge when I was younger were a lot of the Eddie Cantor books. Yeah, exactly, Alexander. Don't read any books, just watch all these videos over and over and over again. But yeah, the Eddie Cantor, like Cantor for the Defense, those types of books are excellent. What I always recommend to all my students is this. If you're buying a bidding book, probably confine your search to bidding books within the last like 10, 15 years probably. But if you're buying a playbook of any kind, those are just all excellent. Like the play really hasn't changed, and there's a lot of great books out there on play and defense. All right, let's see what we're doing with this hand. A spade and no trump to you. This one should be pretty automatic, and I want it to be automatic for you guys going forward. We have a minimum, even though it's a beautiful minimum. We have a very nice 14. The jump to 3 spades that some of you chose is just too strong. All right, it's going to show like a good 16 to 18. We're not quite there. And remember, we can't count our shape points yet because we haven't discovered a fit. All right, so here we simply rebid 2 spades to show our 6th spade, and somewhere between 12 and usually about 15 points, which is right where we are. And after that, partner raises to 3 spades. Make your bid now. So you open a spade, partner bid the forcing no trump. You bid 2 spades, and they bid 3 spades. And for any of you that are watching on YouTube and want to sign on and watch this class, just type in bidbox.xyz into your browser. You should be able to connect. Anyone's having issues still, just refresh your browser. That usually fix it. SK, I learned 2/1 with my video. Okay. Very nice. Audrey Grant and Eric Rodwell's book, yes. Eric is a fun guy to play against because you're always getting the best play against you. All right, going to give it about 5 or 10 more seconds. Get those answers in there. Pretty good 4-spade bid here, right? And remember that 3-spade bid by partner is it's interesting here because it's not necessarily 3-card spade support, right? If they had 3-card spade support and an invitational hand, they probably would have bid 4. So we should expect like a good 10 to 12 with 2-card spade support. But our maximum here is just beautiful, right? So we are just going to accept any invitation from partner because we have such a good hand, right? Now that we found a fit, our hand is no longer 14. Right? It is a very nice hand. It's more like 16 or 17 considering how strong all of our cards are. Mark, thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate that, buddy. And let's get to another hand. This time partner opens a spade, and it's our bid with this one. Mark, you're up in Toronto, right? North RSVP Bridge. Yeah, I hope I answered that question as I was talking there. Partners bid pretty much guaranteed they only had 2 spades, but they had an invitational valued hand. Your bid box is jumping ahead. That definitely can happen, but sometimes here's what happens occasionally. If I forward too fast, and sometimes I'll do that just because I like to keep a reasonable pace and kind of get everybody through this, not have people twiddling their thumbs. But if you haven't bid on the last question and I kind of forward at the moment you're trying to bid, sometimes it'll kind of freeze your screen up a little bit. If you just refresh it, it should go right back to where we are. Yeah, the next hand should be right on your screen, right? Partner opened a spade and it went past, and you have the hand that should be on the screen up here. Noah's Ark. All right, partner opened a spade. And what I'm saying is it's possible you already bid this hand, so you just have to wait one more. We will try to work on all of that. This one, another free space, 1 no trump forcing. Right, you certainly don't have enough to game force and no way to raise partner. But now partner jumps to 3 spades. Make your call here. And Noah's Ark, this should have gotten you kind of back to normal, I hope. Partner should be bidding 3 spades at your table. And once again, if you want a super chat, just touch that dollar symbol in the right below where you type in your chat, and you can donate to your teachers. Not required, but very thankful for it. This one, I think people are going to think a little bit longer about, because it's not essentially as straightforward as the other ones. But what are we bidding with this thing? All right, 5 or 10 more seconds, guys. And the only bid here is 3 no trump. Right, this jump rebid by partner should be a good 16 to 18 with a 6-card spade suit. So we should know we want to play game. Okay, so in this case, we certainly want to be playing a game with partner. And we know it's not spades, at least not right now for us, right? For all we know, if we bid 3 no, partner might bid 4 spades. However, in this case, when partner jumps to 3 spades, we have all the other suits covered and we have a good hand, right? We have 9 high card points. And if partner has a good 16, that should be more than enough to be playing in game. Right, so we bid 3 no trump, the only game we think we can make. Pass is just a little bit too timid. Right, with a hand this good, partner rates to do pretty well, considering if the things I'm usually thinking about here is if partner has a really good spade suit, that's great for us, even if I only have one. If partner doesn't have a really great spade suit, they certainly have really good cards elsewhere that are going to be helpful in the suits that I have, right? So when partner makes this extra values type bid, definitely want to be bidding a game with any hand that has a little extra values for your bid as well. All right, next case. This time we opened a heart, partner bid a no trump. Yeah, thanks, Noah's Ark. Just take a quick peek, or maybe try a different device or something. Apologies for the issues. It looks like we have, I think, our highest number ever in the app, and that could be causing some issues. If you can't hear me, make sure you check your volume. All right, folks, a heart and a no trump. What are we doing with this one? Anyone else having volume issues out there? Let me know. One heart, one no. Great. All right, so yeah, this is all about making it easy for us, right? When we have a four-card suit, this convention becomes much easier, right? We know we have to bid something. We have a clear two-diamond bid, so we go ahead and bid it. Those of you that wanted to try two hearts, you showed six of them, right? When you respond two of your major to partners forcing no trump, you are absolutely and always showing six. All right, here we go. Our partner opened one heart. What are we doing with this hand? Folly, thank you so much. Drop the mic. I gotta find out the name of this thing. And very entertaining. I'm seeing a little bit of a slow connection on my end also, folks, so we might be getting a very good test of a limit to this, or at least to my brother's server, so we might have to do an upgrade. Alright, this is our one no trumpet for sure. Those of you that bid clubs, if you have any sort of agreement as to what three clubs might be, it's probably not this, right? People will usually play this as either a raise for hearts or a just kind of invitational and natural, right? So we don't really have a choice, even though we love our clubs. So we have to start with one no trump. But remember, that is why we agree to play one no trump as a forcing bid. We're going to have more than one opportunity to show this hand. And after we bid a no trump, partner bids two diamonds. Yeah, Eva, if you play weak jump shifts, you probably wouldn't weak jump shift with this hand either. Uh, because over partner's opening bid, if you're jump shifting, you're not really going to have a hand that usually has six or more. You're going to have like your worst of your worst, like a 7-card suit and a 3 count. Right? Because remember, partner's already shown an opening bid. So you're almost never going to preempt them unless you're very sure you can't make a game. I definitely think I want to add some sound effects. That's something that could be pretty easy to do. Alright, so we bid a no trump, partner bid two diamonds. One of you bid six clubs. I admire your spirit. I think that might have been a misclick, but you know, you definitely don't tread lightly there. So this is our sign off, right? When we go through the forcing no trump, and then we bid a new suit. any new suit that really hasn't been introduced yet, we're just always showing that length in that suit and a bad hand. Okay? So here, that's all we want to show with this one. We want to play 3 clubs. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to go through the forcing no trump, and then we're simply going to show our suit and say to partner, if you bid, I am definitely not going to be too happy. In fact, I might have to look for a new partner. All right, hang on one second, just waiting for my screen to refresh, guys. There we go. Next hand. This time our partner opened a heart, and it's our call. 1 heart to us. Wow, super chats coming at the end here. Thank you guys. Appreciate the super chats. Armand and Lauren, thank you so much. If you want to get in on the action, just right below the chat, just click on either the emojis or the $sign. That's the super chat. And this one I'm going to go very quickly with, guys. This is definitely one no trump forcing. And after you do that, your partner bids 2 clubs. So make your call again. Possibly Armand. Sorry about that. It sounds like a connection issue, though. Yeah, it sounds like it's just kind of buffering and going back and forth. Apologies. Has anyone had any internet issues yet? Because I would imagine there's traffic on top of traffic. Lots of people streaming videos. And so after our partner opened a heart, it went a no trump 2 clubs. What are we doing? Lots of heat on 2 bids for sure, as expected. Thank you so much, Begonia Girl. Fuzzy screen and a bit choppy. Yeah, that is usually the mark of an internet issue. If it's fuzzy, it should be relatively clear. Sometimes the hands might be a slight fuzz on them, as I can see here, but it should be clearly seen. So I hope we can at least see the issue. And 2 hearts is the bid on this hand. All right, so we have made our forcing no trump bid, and our partners bid 2 clubs. And we have to remember, this is the spot we have to understand that partner could have 3 clubs. Because we made our forcing no trump bid, they're going to have to bid 2 of a 3-card minor pretty frequently, right? So we definitely want to go back to, if we have 2 7-card fits, we want to go back to the one that we have 5-2 in, right? So here, when partner opens a heart and bids 2 clubs, we know we have a guaranteed fit of 7 in hearts and in clubs, right? We don't necessarily have to have an 8-card club fit. So if we're choosing between 2 potential 7-card fits, number 1, the major scores more, but number 2, we certainly want to be in the 5-2 fit and not the 4-3 fit, right? A little more trump to deal with in those spots. All right, let's see the next hand. Partner opened a spade, and it's our bid. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to give you that one. I know you're going to get that right. Because we've gotten that right pretty much every time. But now, partner opens a spade, and we bid a no trump, and partner bids 2 no trump. And I know I probably screwed some of you up by going too quickly. I should have announced that I was going past it, but fast fingers, got to bid a no trump here, but they were already at 2. Raymond Wise, thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate it. 2 clubs, maybe 2 in one situation, Morris, in one situation only. And I promised somebody we would see that at some point, and I think we still will, but if we don't, I'll definitely cover that hand afterwards. But usually, the understanding is it's usually 3 or more. It can only be 2 in one specific situation. Unless you have an agreement with partner on some other way to play it, for sure. And don't forget, guys, if you are wondering what the upcoming schedule is going to be and what I'm doing and where I'm doing it, if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, you usually get an update of what's going on. But also, if you just go to learnbridge.nyc and click on this newsletter sign up, or honestly, just look below here. This will be updated probably Saturday morning for the new classes coming out, and I'll just keep posting anything new I'm doing right there or right on the front page of YouTube. So take a peek. Here we have to understand what partner has shown. And partner has shown 18, 19 balanced. So as ugly as our hand is, it's actually not that ugly. And the reasons are what partner is showing. Partner has a very good 18 or 19. And also, our 7 count is not great, obviously, but it is scattered and it has a lot of good secondary cards, right? Or spot cards. We have 2 10s, 2 8s, a 9, like a very good concentration of values. So here, while we're at the lower end, it still looks like we would have enough here when partner shows 18, 19 balanced for that to be a game bid. Thank you guys so much for the super chats. How's it going? It's going great for me, Eli. Thank you so much. And Alexander, appreciated much. All right, so here we would bid 3 no. Those of you that passed, I kind of sympathize with that, by the way. It's an ugly hand, but remember, partner has strength, and you have very good kind of slowish tricks, which sounds pretty decent opposite a 2 no rebid. It's okay to bid a little extra there. All right, this time partner opened a heart. And guys, if you are bidding now, put your bids in. Give me 5 more seconds, but the rest of you don't have to bid because I'm going to forward through this one quickly. I just don't want to mess anyone up. Or actually, you know what? Let's bid this one and do the next one. Sorry. Why not open 1 no trump with the previous hand? You mean which hand? Our partner's hand? No, partner showed more of a hand there, Alexander. Good question. My partner showed 18, 19 balanced. Our 1 no opening range is 15 to 17, right? So if we have 18, 19, we just are never going to open 1 no trump. We're too strong. RSVP Bridge, thank you. I like that logo. That is very cool. Looks like snazzy. Dark background, hearts and spades up against each other. Very cool. Let me know what you're all about. Send me an email, rob@learnbridge.nyc. Anytime I see a bridge logo, I'm a happy guy. Hope everything's going well for you. All right, so here, those of you that bid a no trump, forgot to raise partner's suit. All right, 2 hearts. Usually a constructive raise, and this is kind of on the outer limits of a constructive raise, but I think it's okay. You just bid 2 hearts with this hand. If it was worse than this, right, if it was like a crummy 6 count with 3 queens maybe in a balanced hand, sometimes you can go through the forcing no trump and then just bid 2 hearts. Excuse me, 2 hearts afterwards to kind of show a bad raise and try not to get partner excited. But here, I think you just want to raise to 2 hearts and let it be. You don't want to bid a no trump here because now you might be underselling a hand that could make a game opposite some strength. Hey, this time partner opened a spade and it's your bid. And now is the one. This is the hand I'm going to cycle through quickly. So if you're bidding now, stop bidding. And I'm just going to move on to the next hand in 5 seconds. All right, so don't worry about bidding this one. We know we're going to bid a no trump unless anyone wants to go a little crazy here. So don't bid anymore. I don't want you guys to get sucked into the next hand. And I will forward in 3, 2, 1. Okay. Now we get to the right bid. This time we've already bid our forcing no trump and partners bid 2 clubs. So 1 spade, 1 no trump, 2 clubs. What are we doing? And 2 bids getting lots of heat here. And I think next week, folks, if you have anyone in your family or any friends that are bored and want to learn bridge from the start, I'm going to have something out next week for those people because this has got to be a heck of a good time to build some interest in bridge because I mean, what's better if you have a lot of free time than sitting around playing cards with your friends? All right, very good, guys. You recognize the ability to sign off. This is an interesting one, though, because another very common choice was pass. And that's because it looks like you might have found a relatively safe spot in clubs as well. But the hearts are just too juicy here, right? We have a 6-card heart suit. Partner could just have a balanced hand, and that's what we're kind of hoping for, as we might just pick off a heart fit here. And also remember, partner only has to have 3 clubs. That gives it a little extra oomph. And also, I get to play a major at the 2 level rather than a minor. And so here, 2 hearts is a good way to sign off. And one quick thing, I don't think we're going to see any of these hands tonight, but just for you guys that are playing this more regularly and have seen it a lot, if you sign off, let's say I bid 2 hearts here, and partner bids again, that is always extra values. It means they were towards that 16 or 17 range and just couldn't jump shift. So a good partnership will understand that when one of us signs off and the other one bids, they are trying to show extra stuff. So you'll have to kind of work that into your understanding as well. This time we're going to cycle quickly because we're all going to get that right. But after we get that right and bid a no trump, our partner bids 2 diamonds. So our partner opened a spade, we bid a no trump, and partner now bid 2 diamonds. What do we do with this hand? Well, Krish, partner's very unlikely to be void in hearts on this hand, considering it went a spade, 2 clubs. And if they are void in hearts, they still do get another call. And the suit was Queen Jack 10 9 sixth. So on the worst disaster of all time where partner somehow floats your 2 heart bid, which they might do with shortness, you still have a lot of those nice intermediate cards that are going to keep you from really seeing a disaster. And really what we're trying to do is we're trying to find a safe spot at the lowest possible level. Clubs might be safe, but honestly, the heart suit is pretty worthless in clubs, whereas in hearts, you could have a lot of things working for you, so it's worth it to get to that suit for sure. Good question, Krish. All right, I love this. There's some wrong answers in this one, gotta say. This is still live, folks, so if you want to go to bidbox.xyz and make some bids, feel free. We got a couple minutes left here. This is 3 spades, folks. This is our limit raise with 3-card support. And this is a multi-step problem here. First of all, you have to understand that you don't have a raise initially with spades because you only have 3-card support. So you bid a no trump, partner bids 2 diamonds, and if you bid 2 spades, partner's going to think, hey, they're just taking a preference and they might not even have a fit. So that's how we try to sign off. 3 spades becomes the limit raise with 3-card support, and we get there because we have a fit and we have shortness, right? So we have more than enough to show this, and we're just trying to invite partner to bid a game in spades, and we'll see if they're going to do that or not. But in this spot, all we can do is show our hand, see what partner's going to do next. All right, so we're flopped over to the other side of the table, and we've opened a spade. And partners responded to no trump. What are we doing with this sucker? Alright guys, gonna give it about 5 or 10 more seconds before I cycle through. We have most of you just making the best bid. One of you got a little frisky. It's okay, understandable. The best bid is 2 hearts. Right? We just show our 4-card suit. These are the ones that are going to become very automatic to you the more you play this system. Right? You have your normal opening hand, nothing more than that, and you certainly have a 4-card heart suit. Right? When you have a second suit with 4 cards, it's just your bid almost every single time. And after you do that, your partner bids 3 clubs, and now it's your call. So you opened a spade, your partner bid a no trump. You bid 2 hearts, and they bid 3 clubs, and now it is back to you. What's your bid? We have crossed the 100-person threshold in the bidbox app. Actually, how we doing on speed? Anybody having any issues anymore with the app, other than myself? This is it's such a great testing ground for the limits of the actual app itself. So I appreciate any feedback you guys have. Thanks so much. And I do appreciate that 22 of you, 23 of you want to torture your partner. I do not want to play in this partnership here. I am always passing because partner has just signed off, folks. Right, remember, when they go through the forcing no trumper, when we do, and then we bid a new suit, a suit that has not been offered by either of us yet. This is a sign off. They're saying, partner, I want to play 3 clubs. I don't care what you have. So those of you that bid 3 no, not only do you force partner to play this contract, right? But you put them in probably a spot that they aren't going to have too many shots at making, right? So you've done it doubly bad for partner. You've done partner dirty here. You put them in 3 no, and they have to play it. So the best bid, folks, is definitely to be passing with this hand for sure. Right? We certainly do not have a call to make because partner told us not to. And it's pretty good to listen to partner at least sometimes. You have to at least listen to them when they're pleading for you. Please don't bid, partner. I can't handle bidding again. Right? So this is the hand that was kind of opposite the one we saw earlier with King, Queen, Jack, 10, 7 of clubs. If partner has that, you're going to do pretty well in clubs, right? The suit partner definitely wants to play. So here, folks, I'm going to go very quickly through this. So if you're bidding, I'm going to give it a couple seconds, and then I'm going to count it down and just move to the next one. This is your free space. This is our 1 no trump bid for sure. So you don't have to keep bidding. I'm just going to move forward right now, or as soon as my screen wants me to. And we'll hopefully be on the next one in a second. All right. So after we bid 1 no trump, partner bids 2 spades. Right. They opened a spade. We bid 1 no trump, and partner bid 2 spades. Hey, Reginald, thanks for joining, bud. This 1 no trump bid is the forcing no trump. So as part of a 2/1 system, when we play 2/1 as game forcing, 1 no trump just has to be a call that covers all of our bad hands, anything that's 6 to 12. And it doesn't have to be balanced anymore, guys. Right? This is certainly not a balanced hand, but it's a hand that we can't really make any other bid with. So we're just going to default to 1 no trump to show our non-game forcing hand. And then we are definitely going to be passing that one. Right? Partner just showed a beautiful 6-card suit, or we hope it's a beautiful 6-card suit. And we really don't have anywhere else to go on this one, folks. We have a bad hand. Partner Well, sorry, let me back up a second. We have a bad hand, and we also know we have at least a 7-card fit. And don't get sucked into bidding 3 clubs, because that is our sign off. That would be a long club suit and a bad hand. And when I say long, I mean 6 plus almost always. So if you're going to use that sign off bid, you're just always going to be 6 plus in the suit that you're bidding, guys. And that was the last slide of the class. Thank you so much, Frizz. Appreciate the super chat. You guys, it's been a pleasure to mix up a couple of these hands with you. Sorry, you can tell I'm getting tired with all the classes that are going, but we're going to press forward. I appreciate you guys attending, and thank you all for the super chats and everyone else for joining. It's been great. Sorry for any issues you might have seen, but we're going to do this again tomorrow night, so we have a chance to be better. Tomorrow night, 7:30 Eastern Time, right here for the final exam of 2/1. We're going to get a bunch of practice with all different types of hands, and we'll get into some trouble tomorrow night. Be safe, everybody. Stay healthy, and I'll see you at those virtual tables out there, folks. Any questions? I'll stick around for a couple minutes and pop that into the chat. Chris, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Hey, Alexander, thanks so much. RSVP Bridge, great name, great logo. Great to see you, buddy. Thank you. All right, guys, have a wonderful evening, and I will see you again soon. Take care, guys. Oh, Krish, thank you. Wait, so 4522. What you mean by this is when you put the shape this way, it's spades, hearts, diamonds, and clubs. So when you have 4 spades, 5 hearts, and you're 2-2, and you open a heart, and partner bids a forcing no trump, that is a problem hand. And thank you for telling me this. I hope some people are still listening to this. But that is the only problem hand that we'll see with the forcing no trump. Because if we open a heart and we're 4-5-2-2, 5 hearts and 4 spades, and partner bids a no trump, we have a 4-card suit, but we can't bid it because that's a reverse. So in that case, we bid our 2-card club suit. So we show our 2-card minor suit, because honestly, it's the least of all lies. We don't want to rebid a 5-card heart suit. We certainly don't want to reverse without 17 plus points. So if we were thinking of that, definitely not on that radar. So we're allowed to just bid 2 clubs with our 2-card suit and just hope that we escape with our lives. Yes, tomorrow, 3:30 p.m., Gavin Wolpert and myself will be doing our brand new reverse supervised play, where instead of us watching you, you watch us and you tell us what you think we should do. And I will try to get Gavin into as much trouble as possible tomorrow, just like I did in the first class. So, not to be missed, folks. Thanks a lot for joining, and I will see you soon, hopefully tomorrow night, or do a double dip for the 3:30 class. That won't be a whole bunch of fun. Take care, guys.